Hey, what the heck is going on, guys? Welcome to King of Headphones. This is D Xanax here, and today we're going to be talking about two different headphones. Very, I would say, inexpensive, very entry-level headphones, and we're going to rank them. As you can see on the side of your screen here, we've got the listing already up. And let's see, so far as it stands, the headphones that we have reviewed, we've got number 5 in last place. We've got the Moondrop Horizon. That's a D-tier headphone. Was not a fan of that one. And then it goes up from there. We've got the Grado Hemp. We've got the Hi-Fi Man Edition XS. Really great headphone. ZMF Bokeh coming in at number 2. And then number 1 still, the king of headphones, is the Focal Clear. That is an A-tier headphone, a very, very good headphone, very nice all-arounder as we've discussed. Make sure you check that video out if you haven't watched that one yet. But you know what? Let's talk about these guys and let's just get right in.
I want to feel your sound stage resolution and detail in my brain. Plug me in and amp me up. Your audio file. Attitude gets me oh so hot.
And as I said before, these are entry level, very budget-fi, a lot of people call them. Starting with the Fio FT1, which is kind of a couple of years ago was really a darling amongst a lot of the reviewers out there. They were just falling all over themselves over those. And then, of course, we've got the Meze Noir 99s right here. Very handsome looking headphone, especially for the kind of budget-friendly price. A lot of differences, you know, they both costing about the same amount of money, but sounding very, very different indeed. And they definitely have their strengths and their weaknesses. One of these, I would say, is certainly much weaker, at least in my personal preferences, than the other. Let's go ahead and take these out. As you can see, they both come in pretty nice clamshell cases. I would say the Meze case feels a little bit nicer. It's a little bit more compact, but it's nice that you get these cases for both of them. Makes it very easy to travel with, throw it in a bag. The Meze one is much thinner profile though, as you can see. This one's got a little bit of girth here. This one, you know, pretty flat. So easier to travel with. Let's go ahead and just get these little guys out. So right off the bat, let's start with the Fio FT1, okay? So as I said, there were reviewers that were just tripping over themselves about this headphone. They were like, oh my God, this is the greatest sub $150 headphone I've ever heard. It's amazing. How can they charge so little for such a wonderful headphone? It's pretty good. It's all right. I mean, it's, you know, it's not going to change your life. Didn't change my life, at least. I think that if you are in the market for something very budget friendly and you're new, let's say, to the world of full-sized headphones, maybe you want a really, you know, a quality closed back, which by the way, both of these are closed back headphones. I think if you're used to, like, you know, $20, $30 little earbuds or something, and then you're going to these are going to be quite a step up. They are not super well built, but I think a lot of the money actually is going towards the drivers and the tuning of the sound. These are tuned very, very well, and they sound really pretty open for a closed back headphone. We do have some wood cups here, although, you know, the wood is probably like a millimeter thin. It's and I did notice on this particular one, there's definitely some discoloration on the cups. I have heard mixed things about the quality control on these. Some early versions of these that came out, this metal bracket here was actually literally snapping, like the metal itself was snapping. It doesn't turn much, it turns a little bit. It's got some rods here that you can actually make them pretty big if you have a larger head. Comfort wise, not bad. They feel pretty good. The pads are pretty nice, you know, standard fare. Kind kind of hybrid. You've got your protein leather here, and then you've got sort of a suede covering here. It actually feels a lot like a Hi-Fi Man. Maybe a little bit not as nice as a Hi-Fi Man, but comfortable enough. You've got some nice padding up here around the band, which definitely helps the top of your head. Doesn't get too hot, and yeah, I mean, I think it looks okay. I think it looks pretty, pretty good for what you're paying. But it does make a lot of noise when you're moving it around, especially on your head. I don't know how these metal brackets here are going to hold up in the long term. This pin here feels like it could come out somewhat easily. One favorite thing of mine, as you all know by now, hopefully, is a detachable cable, which again, the Grado Hemp, unbelievable that a $400 headphone does not have a detachable cable, yet a $100-ish headphone does. So if you wanted to get crazy and use your own cables, you certainly could. Let's talk about the Meze 99 Noir. The build on this is on a different level. The build on this is, I would say, much, much nicer. Not a big fan of the pads. The pads are pretty small. These are the larger ones. They actually came with 2 sets of pads. And these are a little bit smaller. They do say that they changed the tuning a bit. I didn't hear a ton of difference when I swapped out the pads, but these are slightly thinner, and these are a little bit thicker, and these are also angled. So these are an angled pad, and as far as I can tell, these are not very angled. So I preferred these. Which, like I said, it didn't really change the sound too much. And to be honest, I wasn't super impressed with the sound, but we'll get to the sound in a minute. As far as build though, you've got one single arched metal band here, which is very bendy, and it feels really great on the head. The headband is suspended, so everything just feels very, very nice when you put it on. Wood cups, it has a very nice look to it. Again, you've got detachable cable, and this is actually the Fio. So this doesn't work. The Fio one doesn't work. I've got the Meze cable laying around here somewhere. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But you can swap out your cable if you like. So let's talk about the sound on these guys. All right. So starting with the Fio FT1. So the sound on these is, I would consider it quite good, especially for the price. Nothing mind-blowing. It's not the most neutral. It's a little bit on the warm side. It's a little bit V-shaped. So, the mids are going to sound slightly dipped, a little bit scooped out. But overall, it's just a nice, pleasant, fun-sounding headphone. It's got some pretty decently impactful bass. You're not going to get crazy performance out of this. I mean, it runs on pretty much anything. And as far as scaling, it basically sounds the same no matter what you listen to it on, whether it's on a more expensive amp or it's just running like out of your phone or something. But it is very easy to drive. And it's an engaging sound. It's a fun sound. Most people that are just kind of walking out and about, or you're using it to study or going to class with, something like that, I think it would work out pretty great. It is a closed back. It does not leak any sound, so you have that nice isolation there, and people aren't going to be bothered with it. It's not the most detailed headphone. It's not the most neutral headphone, but the sound is really good, and there's a surprising amount of space for a closed headphone. Pretty decent soundstage, nice instrument separation. There's a lot to like here. Now, let's talk about the Meze 99 Noirs. In contrast to the Fio FT1, these make the Fio FT1 sound like a bright headphone. As the name implies, the Noir, it is ultra dark. It is very dark, very syrupy. Personally, not my preference. Really was not a fan of the way these sounded at all. I listened to these after I kind of acclimated myself to the Fio FT1, and I wanted to throw these off of my head immediately. Your music is gonna sound veiled, it's gonna sound kind of bloomy, the bass is quite bloomy, not a lot of treble. If you're not a huge fan of treble, if you just hate treble, and you like your music to sound like it's being smothered out with a pillow, this is the one to go with. Now, I will say that, you know, the build quality blows the Fio FT1 out of the water. This feels like a premium, more of an on-ear headphone than an over-ear headphone. The cups are, you know, pretty small. Soundstage fairly open, not as open as the Fio FT1, but pretty open for a closed back. You're not going to get any detail out of these. It certainly is not neutral in any sense of the word. I've read that people can EQ these and get them to sound pretty decent. If you like EQing, EQ all day, that's awesome. But if you have to EQ a headphone out of the box to make it sound good, it's not for me. So head to head, you know, pretty very similar in price range, similar in accessories. You know, like I said, you get the clamshell cases here, which is a nice addition. They both have detachable cables. The Meze comes with 2 sets of pads, but as far as the sound, they really couldn't be any different. Build quality is a little bit suspect on the Fio FT1. Meze's build is much nicer. If I had to choose between the two, I mean, it's obvious choice would be the Fio FT1, just for the simple fact that it sounds to me so much better. If you're looking for something a little bit, I don't know, different, like something darker, or you just really, like I said, you just really hate treble, then maybe check out the Meze Noir 99. But for my taste personally, I would never use these. Like in my day-to-day, I would never use them. These I would actually use, you know, if I'm on a road trip or something. I just want something inexpensive that I'm going to toss in my bag. And for the price, I don't really care if they're going to break in a year or two. These are okay. These are pretty good. How about we rank these guys? How does that sound? I think it sounds pretty good to me. So let's start with these right here, the Fio FT1. So this is a decent headphone. I'm not going to do that. This is a decent headphone. It's a solid C-tier headphone. I would say maybe like on the verge of a B, but it is. I mean, it's for sure better than the Moondrop Horizon. But I would still take the Grado Hemp, even though I didn't really care for the Grado Hemp either. I would take the Grado Hemp over it because it does have like more energy, not as much space, but it's like this energetic wall of sound, and at least it's doing something a little bit different. The Fio FT1 is safe. It's like a good, safe headphone. So let's put number 5 is going to be the Fio FT1, and it is I'm going to say it's a C tier here, but it's like on the verge of a B, very much on the verge of, but yeah, C tier. Let's do these little beauties here. The Meze 99 Noirs. Wow. What a dark headphone. It's like I'm watching someone kill my music with a pillow, like putting the pillow over its face, and my music is just like, as bad as the Moondrop Horizon is, as much of a piece of shit that headphone is, the Meze 99 Noir, it's worse. It's worse. It's an F tier headphone. I misspelled tier. No, I didn't. It's a bad headphone. It's just I don't like it, man. $120. All right, so congratulations to Meze for making the worst headphone so far on this list. It's going to be hard to top it, let me tell you, but I'm sure there's something out there that will definitely be worse. So that's it, guys, and I appreciate you guys checking out these videos. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see ranked. If you disagree with any of my rankings, let's talk about it. Let's just talk about it. So like this video, a thumbs up is cool. It helps people find my videos. I'm not doing this for a living. I'm doing this for fun. So liking it is like the best way to give me a tip, I guess. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because I've got a whole bunch of other headphones lined up for 2026. I just got a bunch of stuff laying around that I'm gonna do. We're just gonna listen to headphones and just have some fun. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys.